Hi there, friends and family. It's me, Kathy Sutherland, and I am leaving on February 22nd for a big adventure with Jim Para. As most of you know, we're taking a cruise around the world. So many of you have had questions, and I thought that the very first edition of my YouTube channel would be a good time to answer some of those questions. So my dear friend Pam Interlante, who is also my dance buddy and my neighbor and all of those things, is going to help me today by asking some questions that I've heard more than once before. Pam?
Okay, Kathy, what is the cruise ship line that you're on?
So many people ask, what is the cruise ship line? And in fact, it's not a cruise ship like you're used to. It's not a Carnival. It's not a Norwegian. It's a company. It's a startup company. And this ship is the only ship that this company owns and operates right now. It's a different concept than other cruise ships because you live on the ship. It's actually a resident. You buy a cabin and you live on the ship while it goes around the world. The idea is that you can see the world and sleep in your own bed every night.
How'd you find out about it, Kathy?
Well, Jim found out about it, and I think it was in November, he was watching maybe a YouTube channel and saw a advertisement, and it was something like, would you like to get out of the United States for the next 3 to 4 years? And we both went, yes. But the more we learned about it, the more excited we were about the adventure and the fact that we'll be seeing things we've always wanted to see, never seen before, in a different way than even the places that we've already been. It's going to be very different than the first time around. So, we're excited about it.
I think most people would be curious about the cost of this wonderful adventure.
Yes, well, it varies. And again, many people consider this relatively affordable because it's your life. So, if you sell your home and buy a cabin and a lot is supplied for you, so really the living expenses may be no more than what they might be, living at a home here in Florida. Again, the prices vary quite a bit. So you can have an inside cabin, for example, that doesn't have a window with a starting price of about $200,000. And there are two costs involved. One is the cost of buying a cabin. The other is the maintenance. Maintenance, you could think of like maintenance for an HOA or something like that. It's a monthly fee. This monthly fee includes all of the amenities, things like the gym and the pool and work area, but also all of your food and laundry twice a week and housekeeping services. So it's a lot of nice amenities. The less the cabin costs, the less you pay for that monthly fee. So if it's an inside cabin with no windows, the fee might be $2,000 a month. Now the price goes up as the cabins get bigger and as they have balconies, as they have, larger toilets and bathtubs and, there's lots of different things. So they go up to around $400,000 for purchase with a monthly fee of $4,500.
And how big is the ship, Kathy, and how many people do you anticipate will be on board when all is said and done?
Yeah, so again, common question. This is not your usual cruise ship. It's smaller. So it's a total of 8 floors. It will accommodate a total of 500 people. It has, I believe, 350 cabins. So another nice thing about it is it sounds like it becomes kind of a community. It started sailing in October from Ireland, so there's already a number of people that have been on it, that know each other, that have formed clubs and book clubs and special interest groups. And so it sounds like it's a small enough group of people that you can find a niche that's going to be right for you.
I think you addressed the size of the cabin. Did you?
Yes. I don't think I said specifically the size of the cabin. It varies from the smallest ones to larger ones, but they're all small. I mean, other than there's one person who bought 3 cabins adjoining, and that's a pretty big cabin. And I've seen pictures of some suites where they have the beds as well as living room furniture and seats and
You'll have a balcony though.
we have a balcony. We have a 68 square foot balcony, and I believe our room was 252, something like that. 225. Thank you, Pam.
Where are you traveling? Do you want to go through that?
Well, it's literally around the world. So
You'll keep
there's
us informed.
450 different ports that we visit, and most ports were there for a day or two. Some ports for 5 days. So it's a deeper dive into the various places that we visit.
And you'll keep us informed as you go to wonderful port after wonderful port, right?
Yes, and so I will be taking videos of certain things, and again, let me know what you're interested in so that I keep it, interesting to you. The videos, so the YouTube channel, if you go to it and subscribe, you'll get a notification each time a new video is posted. We're also going to have a blog post, and Jim is going to probably take care of that more. And that will be a website, and so that will be more written form, like this is what we did today, this is a picture of this or that. So it'll be more still pictures, little different approach. And again, we will email people each time we come out with a new blog post.
Sounds great. You also would imagine that people would dream of doing this themselves. How could we achieve that?
Yes, well, there's different ways, and I would strongly urge you to go to their website, villavicresidences.com, because it gives you all of the options. When Jim and I decided to purchase this, there were 2 options. You could purchase it, or you could rent a segment, and renting a segment was about 3 or 4 months. A segment is usually a chunk of geography. So, for example, going all the way around South America, which took 3 months, was a segment. So, there's an Asian segment, there's Australian segment, there's different segments. But it was actually almost as expensive. Well, it was in the long run, if you looked at the numbers, it almost made more sense to buy. And then we have the option, if we want to, we can always sell, or we can rent our cabin for a segment, or rent our cabin out for a shorter period of time. So it does give you more options if you buy. But since we bought, they've come up with more ideas to help people become familiar with what it's like to live on a residential cruise ship. So they have one program that's called Try Before You Buy, and I don't know exactly the ins and outs of that. They also have a program called Endless Horizons, and again, I don't know the ins and outs of that. I think that is one fee that lets you kind of get on and off, more or less, as much as you want. But the website is really the ideal place to check out whatever they have going on.
It's great to know we'll be able to stay in touch with you because we'll miss both of you.
Well, thank you. The best way to keep in touch with us is probably going to be through WhatsApp, because I'm not going to have telephone service. Jim will have some service, but our telephone service is probably going to be limited. So we do have Wi-Fi on board the ship, although at times it can be a little unreliable. We're learning more about that. But but with the Wi-Fi, we can use the Wi-Fi with WhatsApp. And so you just sign on to WhatsApp and use our telephone numbers, and you can call us, you can message us, you can even video call us on WhatsApp. Our emails, well, my email has changed. For those of you that aren't aware of that, I am now using the email Catherine, Katherine, Sutherland 10@gmail.com. So I'm canceling out my AOL email that I've had for 30 years and changing it to a Gmail address. So that also works. Okay, well, again, I hope you will follow along, that you'll subscribe to the YouTube channel, that you'll like it, and then there's an opportunity to leave comments. So leave the comments, tell me what you want to hear more about, what you don't want to hear more about, and we'll make it happen. Okay, thank you for listening.